John. John was drawn into the virtual world of social media. His days were consumed by endless scrolling, watching videos, and chatting online. This addiction to the digital world led to a significant decline in his studies and other areas of life. John's classmates and friends surged ahead while he remained shackled by his screen's glow. Deep down, John knew his behavior was detrimental. He could see the widening gap between his potential and his reality. Yet, the allure of the digital world was overpowering, and his attempts to break free were half-hearted. This cycle of procrastination and regret continued until the harsh wake-up call. He failed all his exams. Shaken by this realization, John decided to seek a way out of the maze that his life had become. His mother, concerned and hopeful, suggested a visit to a meditation center, known for its serene environment and wise monks. At the meditation center, John met an elderly monk whose peaceful demeanor and insightful eyes spoke of a deep understanding of life's complexities. John shared his struggles, speaking of his addiction to social media, his procrastination, and his recent academic failures. The monk listened intently, then began to share a story to illustrate a profound lesson. He told John about a generous king and his old classmate, Vir. King Arav was known for his generosity and kindness. One day, he encountered Vir, his old classmate from their Gurukul days. Vir, unlike Arav, had become poor and lazy, blaming fate and others for his troubles. Arav, feeling sympathy, offered Vir a chance to change his fortunes. He told Vir that before sunset, he could collect as much treasure as he could carry from the royal treasury. Overjoyed, Vir rushed home to share the news with his wife. Despite her urging to seize the opportunity immediately, Vir decided to eat and rest first, confident he had plenty of time. After a leisurely meal and a long nap, Vir realized it was late afternoon. He hurried towards the palace, but the journey was long and hot. Seeking shade, he rested under a tree and fell asleep again. By the time he awoke, it was evening, and he raced towards the palace. As Vir reached the palace, the gates were closing. The sun had set. He had missed his chance to claim the treasure due to his procrastination. Watching from afar, King Arav felt sad, but knew this was a lesson Vir had to learn himself. As the story concluded, the monk turned to John, his gaze gentle yet penetrating. "Now, John, tell me, what's the most valuable thing for you?" John, moved by the story, replied softly, "Time." John's answer was a moment of awakening. The parallels between Vir's story and his own life were unmistakable. He realized that, like Vir, he had been squandering his precious time, a resource that, once lost, could never be regained. Emboldened by this realization and the monk's wise words, John made a resolute decision to change. He limited his time on social media, focusing instead on his studies and personal development. He discovered new hobbies, engaged more with the real world, and found joy in learning and growing. As months passed, John's efforts bore fruit. His grades improved dramatically, and he regained his confidence. He became an example to his peers, a testament to the power of realizing and valuing time. John often reflected on the monk's story and his journey. The lesson he learned at the meditation center stayed with him, guiding his actions and choices. He understood that in the ever-ticking clock of life, every moment was a treasure, and how he chose to spend it could shape his destiny. John's transformation was not just an academic success, but a holistic one. He learned to balance his life, embracing the digital world's benefits while not being consumed by them. And in doing so, he became a beacon of inspiration, a young man who conquered his demons by understanding the true value of time.